I'm recording now. You can edit this stuff later.
Yeah. I have a
if you need to.
Dropbox. Yeah, I have a Dropbox. I can figure it out. All right. So, eventually we have to think of like some kind of terrible intro. I hear myself.
I mean...
Oh, because I have my Discord sound on. Go me. But
Hey.
I don't think we really need an intro. Maybe a theme song.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I could go for
Justin, you could make us a theme song, right?
I could. It's not gonna be. Fuck it. Sure, I can make one.
Fuck it, yeah. Let's collab on a theme song. This sounds great.
I got some stuff that's already made. I can just. I don't know. We can figure something out. I have been using Fruity Loops lately.
You know what? Let's just like talk about an intro real quick, and I'm just gonna. I didn't think about it at first. I'm just gonna post on a Twitch group that I am. Then I'm like, hey, streaming, and maybe I'll do it on my Facebook too.
I'm not gonna lie, but I actually hate opening like music for like YouTubers and podcasts and that kind of shit. I'm like, just get into the show. I don't fucking care.
I like ending music.
Ending music is fine, like to play you out, but opening music actually drives me fucking nuts. A lot of the times because they're like higher notes are too high, and if I'm always listening to podcasts through a headset, it like rattles my fucking brain, and I can't stand it. Like there's one podcast I would love to listen to regularly, and I can't because the opening music drives me absolutely insane.
I get it.
So no music.
I can't do it. Yeah.
I'll just be making bangers to myself.
I would like, as long as we don't do anything high pitched, like if we get some like good little like doomy bass notes, that would be fine.
Really bad. You know what? This is like the suspense music that was in this movie Absurd. The suspense music destroyed me. I hated it. But we could do something terrible like that since this is supposed to be.
Oh, you didn't like the music in it?
I like some of it, but
I just hate that they were trying to use it as suspense. It wasn't suspense.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, that's kind of.
I mean, it's. Are we starting this yet?
I think we kind of just started by talking about
Okay.
Yeah, about opening music and how we don't have any.
Yeah, so it started now. Welcome to whatever the fuck this is called. Apartment Theater. That's what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, that one.
Today, we watched a movie that I picked. It was called Absurd, and I had the Wikipedia page pulled up for it, and I accidentally closed out of it, so give me a second here. Just so that oh my god.
Oh.
Wikipedia, can we have a night mode? This is just unreal. Okay, so the reason I wanted to bring this up was the amount of names that it has. So it was called Absurd on Tubi. Shout out to Tubi. We're not sponsored, but it's great.
If you want to sponsor us,
by all means. So it's directed by Joe D'Amato. I hope I said D'Amato. It's Italian. You can definitely tell it's an Italian movie just from the way that it's put together, which we'll go more into.
Oh, I was leaning towards Russian, but keep going and I'll say why I thought it was Russian.
It's an Italian movie. Very in vein, like same vein as like Argento and Fulci, all that stuff there. And
is it originally in Italian?
So here's the thing. So for the Italian, hold on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So
organize your thoughts. You're good.
This is how. Okay. The movie's called Absurd on Tubi, but here's the thing. It has about 4 other names. Actually, 5 other names.
Sounds pretty absurd.
Okay, so Absurd. In Italian, it's Rosso Sangue. I don't know how to say that correctly, and I'm not going to bother. The literal translation is Red Blood. The movie is also known as Anthropophagus 2, Zombie 6, Monster Hunter, Horrible, and The Grim Reaper 2. You're welcome. Okay, so, and the thing is, with that zombie thing, the Zombie 6, there is this crazy timeline of zombie, but it's a whole bunch of different movies that aren't super related to each other, but they are, but they're not. Like, Zombie is Dawn of the Dead. Zombie 2 is known as Zombie Here. And then there's a whole bunch of other movies too, and it just doesn't make any sense at all. But I think it's for the Italian market, it's like that. I can't remember. But anyway, Absurd was a video nasty. It was banned for a little bit, cut, all that stuff in the UK. So that was part of why I wanted to watch it, because it is pretty gory. For the 80s, it was gory.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, the other thing, too, is during that time, it was people that were watching over it who didn't even watch horror movies and would just be like, oh, yeah, we got to ban this movie. This looks like trash. Ban this movie. And just... nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. So anyway, Absurd is about... well, okay, sorry. It's an Italian movie, so for those that don't know, especially during that time, Italian movies would record no audio and then dub everything, and whenever it went to a certain market, it would dub different voices for it. But usually if it was like the native person's tongue, it would be their voice, but if it was like a different language, some would even get to try and say it like in that language, but if they couldn't, it would be somebody else's voice. But yeah, that's why it comes off as weird whenever you're watching the movie, because sometimes the lips don't sync, and every Italian horror movie is like that. So at this point, I don't even count that as like a flaw against the movie, because I know that it's every single one of them, and I just don't care at that point.
Yeah.
Like, Suspiria has that issue, and I love that movie, so I'm not going to knock it for having a weird dub. But
yeah,
the movie is basically about a guy who is immortal unless you hit him in the head.
Oh my god, that was my favorite line from the deputy cop. So the only way to kill him is if we shoot him in the head? No shit, Sherlock!
Yes! And so yeah, the whole movie is following this guy going on a killing spree, but he's immortal until he's not immortal. So yeah, that was...
The opening scene had me beyond confused. It looked like they were like doing the end of some kind of like 5K marathon, because the running through the woods.
He was chasing after him because he was trying to get him, but he couldn't catch up because he kept getting out of breath.
I thought it was opposite. I thought he was chasing he was chasing. The priest was chasing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The priest was chasing the guy. Like but he kept getting out of breath because he was trying to catch this guy who's immortal. And he can regenerate his body unless the plot doesn't need him to.
Unless the plot doesn't need him to, yeah.
He's oddly fragile, though, because when he tried to jump the fence of being chased by the priests, and he stabbed himself on the fence, and his guts were just flowing out of his body.
Immortal, but not impervious.
Yeah.
I do like that so we keep saying priest, but you don't find out priest until like 40 minutes into the movie.
I knew he was a priest the moment you saw him. Like, it just looked like a priest.
Oh, because he was wrapped up in a trench coat.
He's a science priest.
Yeah,
He's a science priest. Whatever that means. Oh, Gomez is back there.
I see that.
I know. Sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, so let's see here. Let me get through this. Every time I go to Wikipedia, like, ah! All right.
Blinded by the light.
So
Get up.
it follows a man named Mikos. I didn't know what his name was until I saw this plot synopsis. I had no idea what anyone's name was. I don't even think they said their names. I think.
No, they did.
Okay, well, I missed it.
There's an Emily.
The only names I remember are Peggy and Emily. And that's only because they said their names like Emily! 8 times in 10 minutes.
Emily, let me in! I fucking hated the kid in this movie.
Oh my God.
Same. Oh,
He was British, but the other people
literally-
weren't.
I literally have a note of him saying, if he can fit daddy one more time into this sentence. Because he said it like 4 times in like a 7-worded sentence.
So yeah, so Mikos, I think it's Mikos. It looks like I don't care. Who cares? He was a man who was experimented on in a church-sanctioned scientific experiment that gave him a healing factor, but inadvertently drove him insane. So he's kind of like Wolverine, but he doesn't have claws. And he's just insane.
Yeah, he's zombie Wolverine. Yeah. Or bloodthirsty Wolverine.
Comparing him to Frankenstein to him is like kind of an insult to Frankenstein. But I was getting Frankenstein vibes because of that.
Well, he wasn't pieced together.
Yeah, that's the only thing though. But just being the experiment. When I think of human experiments, most of the time, it's probably just because I like the classics, and the first classic movie of a human experience I seen was Frankenstein. So that's immediately what my brain will go back to. So that's why I'm saying Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Which is an insult to Frankenstein. I am sorry, Frankenstein.
He did do a lot of like groaning and grunting and just like.
I don't even think he said words.
No, he never did. He just like growled and grunted and.
What I want to
screamed at one point.
What I want to say is that he couldn't act. Oh wait,
maybe that's why.
I say that, and he's been in over like 30 movies. So.
Well, he's
that doesn't mean they were good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of cult movies.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like 2020 Texas Gladiators, which is also a Joe deal. Basically, Italy was just farting out movies nonstop, and the quality ranged from pure garbage to fantastic, obviously, because I mean that's the wide spectrum of all movies. But like when it was bad, it was real fucking bad. But when it was good, it was real good. But
I think absurd is what is absurd rockin'.
Not good.
Had a very low budget and low score. I think it was like a 5.4 on IMDb. So.
And a 2.5 on Movies of Mania.
Yeah. But anyway, so the main.
This is actually our highest rated movie so far because everybody else has been 2.5.
Yeah. I just wanted to pick something weird, so. And
at least there is attempted as a plot line.
Yeah.
It just moved so slowly.
Yeah, it really did. Every scene took at least 2 minutes too long. Every single one.
The running scene in the beginning, I did time it. The running scene in the beginning was about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I timed it too.
Because it was swapping between you get to see the other characters for a split second. But back to them running. I feel like they were doing that for some kind of like fill. Like, we need to make this movie an hour and 30 minutes. Let's just...
They needed it for a theatrical release, so they extended out as much as they could because they realized the script, there wasn't a whole lot there, and it's like, let's just make it extremely long. Let's make them watch a football game. They're just going to sit in the house and eat spaghetti and just watch football.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, that was super weird.
That was like 10 minutes.
I come from a family. Now, I don't like football. Sorry if other people like football. But I come from a family that really likes football. And when it's football Sunday or Super Bowl or anything like that, you know what they make? Wings.
This
Randomly
is an
mozzarella sticks.
Italian
Yeah,
movie.
this is in Italy though, so
Because
clearly they
here's the
eat
thing.
pasta.
Dude,
They changed it for US. They made it
Yeah.
American football, but I guarantee you for the Italian version, they're
was
watching
soccer.
soccer and they're
Yeah,
eating
probably.
spaghetti
Yeah.
The
during
spaghetti- yeah,
soccer.
spaghetti- I'm sorry.
Yeah.
the
But
spaghetti thing
everyone
just
knows
annoyed me.
spaghetti. They know spaghetti.
Yep.
I made spaghetti last night and I ruined it. By the way, I
How
can
do you ruin
overcook spaghetti.
spaghetti?
I don't know. My spaghetti story is probably more interesting than this movie.
It's just like there was an
probably.
interesting movie. Like I was interested to see what was going on with this guy who was immortal. Like what's the deal with this? But
barely do
every
any
time
information.
it's trying to be interesting, it starts dragging its ass so much where you're just like, can we move on from this? There were, like
Yeah.
we said before, there's so many scenes where you are just sitting there waiting for anything. And I'm okay with a
Yeah.
slow burn of a movie, but when
Yeah.
you're watching someone fiddle with a belt thing for their bed to get out of and it's going on for like 5-7 minutes,
Yeah.
that's not a slow burn. That's just trying to fill up
This
the
was bad.
runtime.
Yeah.
We're
Which-
gonna get to that scene because that scene pissed me off so
I-
much. I think we
I
should
don't
talk about the
understa-
surgery scene.
Oh my god, the opening surgery scene where they're just like messing in his guts for like 45 minutes.
I have to say they got all
It
the
feels
utensils
like-
correct.
I'm like, why? I'm like, what is it? I'm like, are you guys even doing anything? You're just like picking up an organ and then putting it back down. Like, what is this? By the way, I only took notes for this movie in the first 30 minutes. I did not take any notes the rest
We
of the
were
movie.
all falling asleep before we
Yeah.
started talking about it. Before we started recording, we were all falling asleep during this.
Yeah.
I literally have a note that says capitalize LOLOL the guts.
Yeah. Oh, I have. Let's just keep poking around in this guy's guts until something happens. And then after that, who is it? Like a nurse or someone?
Yeah, nurse
I
gets
think
killed.
it's a nurse. Yeah, the nurse gets killed. But before that, I have a note that says, "What is that awkward flirting? Did she call him dad? Ben, what?" Like, is the sheriff her father? Is like, because she was definitely like awkwardly hitting on him, or no, he like says something about I could take a good girl like you home or something, and I'm like,
You
what?
know, in
And
this
then,
movie,
and then it
they
sounds like she calls
really
him
liked-
dad.
No,
I'm like,
I think it was just like a flirting with the nurse thing. I don't think they were
Everybody
related.
just wanted to call him daddy. What do you? The kid that actually wasn't his dad. That's all. Everybody just wanted to call this guy daddy.
I mean, daddy, sorry, daddy, sorry, daddy, sorry.
Daddy,
Yeah.
let me in.
Yeah.
That kid was just standing out in the hall.
Oh, there we go. I'm looking at my notes to try to hey,
Hey.
to get to where we were, and the 5K thing. This is the exact thing I had for the whole. What kind of high school tubular writing is this? Please stop the music. Run the 5K. You got this. Heart issues. It's fine. You're good. Finish strong. I don't understand with the running, chasing, and mathematics. So she was just drawing circles the whole time.
So
With I don't really
yeah.
I forget what that's called, but she
It's a
really
compass.
likes compass. Yeah.
Yeah.
She really likes her compass.
She's drawn a lot of what is it?
is it a lithograph? That's what that thing's called. I feel really dumb if that's not what it is.
I think it is.
You know what? I'm looking it up right now.
Well, while you look it up,
Yeah.
thusly,
But she's like freehand drawing them basically.
no, she's
Kind
not.
of. I mean, she's
That
got
is
the
not.
compass.
It is not a lithograph.
Okay. Whoops.
Oh my god, I'm a fucking
Hold on.
moron. Who cares?
Um,
Who cares?
so with the stabbing, when he got pierced by the fence trying to run over and get over by and running away from the priest, I put, that's rough, buddy. Terrible stabbing. The amount of pressure needed for that.
Yeah, it's like, how did he get... maybe it's like a PCP rage kind of thing where he doesn't realize
Yeah.
that he's hurting himself. So
Probably.
that,
Yeah.
especially since he was just grunting the whole time, I just imagine he's not immortal. He's just on PCP.
He's just
That's
on
all it
PCP. Yeah,
is.
yeah. Pretty much. Oh,
My ex actually told me, because he was an EMT, and he was saying how people who were on like acid and PCP, they like become almost like they're kind of immortal, and they do this shit.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
And they become like
Mhm.
super strong too. Like sometimes they need two people to hold them down. Like
Yeah.
Christian
It's,
Scientist guy, my ass. You're just a drug peddler.
Yeah. So, from what I can tell, best what I can tell is that she was drawing something similar to Mandela's, which are like repeating circular patterns.
which I wish that played into the movie somehow.
I know, me too.
If they played that into the movie, I would probably
No,
like the storyline.
it does. Guys, you missed it. Let me
fuck.
tell you.
Please, Justin, mansplain it to
This
us.
is where we get to the point where it's circling. So,
Yeah.
do you remember that part where the kid's trying to get in, and then we see the chick getting stuff into the oven, and then we also see the girl
was the
trying
longest.
to try to get the girl to get the belt things
Mhm.
latched. It kept going between them over and over,
Over
and over and
yeah,
over.
screw it. It did. It just kept circling between
It just
the three of them.
kept. It's like, where is the point of this movie?
Mhm.
There is no
Yeah.
point.
No,
All
like in the beginning,
circular.
I think right after he gets, he's in surgery or whatever, after getting his guts like pulled out of him for some fucking retarded reason.
Mhm.
We see a bike
That's
gang.
not PC to
Just-
say.
just
We're gonna get
abusing this
canceled
old
already.
man. Like, I just want to know how this bike gang comes into play at all for, like, the old man has
don't.
nothing to do with the story.
Nothing.
There's just this
Yeah.
bike gang that picks on an old man.
Yeah. It's super weird.
The first kill of the movie, that nurse, when after he gets just worked
Resurrected.
on. Yeah, and then he comes back to life. He just takes this drill and drills it straight through her head.
Which took so long.
Yes. Well, I mean,
God, yeah.
they really wanted to work that money shot there of the
Mhm.
gore, because that's like
Yeah,
the
they really
main
did.
that's like the main reason people watch those kind of
Mhm.
movies, like, oh, let's see this gore, and it just
Yeah.
I've seen better, but it
Yeah.
was fine.
It's so weird.
You have
I had a lot of
So
problem with the camera angles every time he killed somebody. I had extreme
Mhm.
problems with those.
it was
Yeah.
so that they didn't have to do the makeup for that, or they didn't have to
Yep.
make a more
That's
convincing.
exactly what it was. Yeah.
So I get it, budget,
Mhm.
budgetary.
I think
Yeah.
another favorite line of mine is the, I guess, investigator. I don't know if he was a chief or investigator, but he's
Chief
talking to the
investigator.
family. Yeah, we'll go with that. He was talking to the
That guy.
family that found him with the guts. Okay, they didn't find him. He just came to his door with his guts hanging out. But the lady's like, is he going to be okay? The line he gives, I'm no doctor, but I don't think it looks good. The guy's guts were hanging out of his body.
I'm a doctor, but I don't think it looks
God.
good.
This guy just
That one was pretty good.
he just goes on this random killing spree, just going on random shit, and then
Mhm.
we have the story of like the babysitter, the sister,
Mhm.
and the little kid, and
Was she the sister?
I
I didn't
don't-
even know who the
yeah.
fuck Peggy was. Peggy. You know what? I don't care.
The girl in the bed was the sister, as far as I could tell.
Oh, that was the sister. I'm still trying to figure out who
Yeah.
Peggy was. Was she pegging people? Like, what was the point of Peggy?
Was that the nurse?
No, Emily
who-
was the nurse.
No,
That took-
Emily was the nurse. Yeah.
yeah.
It took 1,000 years to get there. They never
Oh.
explained why she took so long to get
Peggy
there.
was the babysitter.
Was she a baby sister?
I guess.
I don't know.
She was only in the movie for like
She
a
gets-
minute.
And gets her head stuffed in the oven.
That's
no,
Emily.
Oh.
That's Emily. That's the nurse.
Okay.
Which was like
Peggy-
the slowest death. Like
Oh.
out of everyone in the movie, hers was and she didn't even fucking die until like way later.
And she gets stabbed in the throat with scissors. Like,
Yeah.
I can't with that scene because, all right, you know what? If they want to burn her face, fine. I don't like how they burnt her face, but fine. If they want to. My problem was when she turned around to attack him. You know what? I can see it happening. Like you got adrenaline running, and adrenaline can like get you through like a lot of
horrible
pain.
shit.
Yeah. So I can see her working through that. She loves the kids. She wants to protect the kids. When she turns around, her whole head is now burnt off. Her hair is gone. Her hair wasn't even in it. She didn't catch fire. I don't know where any of this melted to.
No. So here's the thing. She was left in the oven. The oven was still on. Like,
yeah.
So
it could have burned off then.
Yeah, he just assumed that she was dead at that point. So he just got up and walked away from her. So she very well could have been like melting in there and then like, oh shit. Because after like, after like a certain point, like you're not even going to feel it anymore. It's still going to be disgustingly burned like how she was, but you're not going to feel it anymore. So she's not going to be like screaming or anything.
Yeah. The other thing is he's killing people. This is a killing spree for him. The kid was alone so many different times and he did not kill him. He was literally right next to him and he didn't kill him.
I think there's like a thing against like killing kids in movies.
Probably.
Like murdering them. I think.
Kid
I'm not
sure.
Honestly, I honestly have respect for movies that like don't give a shit if it's a kid and just like friggin' AFK them out of the game, like just yeet them. Like that's one of my things. I know you don't like this movie, but oh geez, why can't it?
Quiet
Place. When like that kid gets yeeted out of life in the first like 5 minutes, and I respect.
But they don't show the kid getting like eaten or anything. Like it's kind of like
you see him go.
You see him go, but you don't see him like get killed.
Yeah.
Like you don't see him get like you don't get
too tiny.
Yeah, you don't see him get like ripped to shreds or anything.
Yeah, there's not actual gore for it. Yeah.
Well, that movie in general didn't have much gore, but
no, because I think it's like PG-13.
Yeah, something like that. But anyways, on to the awful movie.
Yes, from one to another.
I love that this sister, she is supposed to be bedridden. I don't know if she had a disease or she was an accident. I honestly wasn't paying attention enough to really figure out what was wrong with her.
I think it was another thing of adrenaline where, like, you're trying to get the fuck out of there. Like, I bet that the person was in, like, horrible pain during all that.
They never specified how long she was in bed.
I don't think we need to. I don't think that's super necessary, though. I just think we just need.
They didn't need to make the comment that so she can walk again. Like, we're doing this so you can walk again. And she gets out of bed and can immediately just walk around dandy like everything's fine. Also, and then her neck was in, like, I'm assuming she either had neck surgery or broke her neck, and she took herself out of the neck brace, which makes no sense to me, but you know.
Yeah, I'm like, she could have just left that thing on. But, yeah, I think she must have been in, like, an accident just based on the bracing and stuff. Otherwise, she had, like, severe scoliosis, and they did surgery on her. Like, those are the two things that I can think of why you would be in, a bed like that. And strapped down, I don't really understand that part about being strapped down, like, throughout the day. But
I was thinking it was more like, for a slight moment, I was thinking it was like, what is the movie? The girl's obsessed with the writer, and she...
Misery?
Yes. Yeah. I thought it was like a Misery situation where they're trying to convince her that she was like...
No, you made it way more interesting than it needed to be.
Yeah. That's like my brain. I'm like, oh wait, it's a horrible movie. Why would they think that?
So eventually she gets out of the bed and it's just her and the killer dude, and she stabs him in the eyeballs, which, I mean, hey, good for her.
Yeah. I can say I audibly said, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was hoping for at one point, since he regenerates or whatever, because he gets the things out of his eyes, that like he was gonna grab her, and then it would just show like his eyes coming back and looking at her.
That would have been cool.
But yeah, and
That's
I was
giving it
like,
too
oh,
much
that'd be
credit.
pretty neat. And of course, they didn't do that.
Didn't happen.
Yeah.
No,
Got none
I
of
like
that.
that the priest finally came in with his very poor attempt at a exorcism.
Is that what that was?
I forgot he was even there.
Yeah, is that what that was?
He showed up. Yeah, they did the runaround scene in the house for like so long. Also, this house is massive, some kind of maze.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
But so he starts attacking the priest. The priest has a gun trying to shoot him, which I'm assuming the gun was handed to him by the policeman. I don't know when it happens. I don't know. The relationship between the priest and the policeman really confused me too, because
Yeah, he did ask for a gun at one point. He's like, you should, or he didn't ask. He demanded one. He was like, you should give me a gun.
yeah, that was probably when I was like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Oh, we completely skipped over one of my favorite murders, quote unquote favorite.
The farm guy.
The farm guy.
Yeah, it gets. It's not a. It's not a buzzsaw. I forgot what it's called. I'm trying to remember industrial arts from 7th grade. It's not working.
It's a table saw.
Yeah. No, I
Well,
don't think
it's
isn't
for
it? No.
butchering. It's specifically for butchering, so it definitely has its own name. Because that was a butcher shop.
It was a butcher shop?
Yeah, it was like a pig, like butcher, like pig kind of thing.
I like how none of us actually remember this.
I have no idea what it is.
I also like that all three of us watched the movie beforehand. Like,
I know, like, not a single one of it's. I swear, half the time it's like I watched a different movie than what you guys watched.
I honestly, I was
What are
watching
you
the
talking
football
about?
game more than this movie.
Yeah.
So table saw is the one that like has the saw like you pull up and then you push it down to cut
that's
the
a table
wood.
saw.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't it.
Oh,
I
it's
have
not
no
a
idea.
routing blade. It's.
Hold on, let me try.
I don't know what it is. Wow, guys. How old are we? Shouldn't we know how to use this stuff? Shouldn't we know what these things
I'm
are?
looking.
Tabletop meat bandsaw.
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 That's what
yeah.
it is.
But yeah, it was like a butcher shop. It was definitely pigs.
God, we're dumb. I was even thinking bandsaw at one point, and I'm like, nah. I'm like, yeah, it's a bandsaw. I've used one of these before. It made a
You
car.
think I was a butcher? You think I remember?
That is not for butchers though. That is for cutting wood. He was cutting wood. There's Lydia.
Okay, look, maybe it has a specific name because when I looked it up, it said a meat bandsaw. So I don't know.
No.
We're really dragging
Anyway,
out.
who cares? Anyway, come to this podcast. You'll see the point, and then you'll watch it fly away, and it'll come back, and then go away.
When we're like semi-interested in the movie and want to talk about it, we actually like talk about it.
I paused this movie 3 times. At one point, I decided to make a song instead and forgot I was even watching the movie in the first place and went back to watch it because I was like, oh yeah, I gotta finish this. Totally forgot about it.
Not gonna lie, the last 10 minutes I kept hitting the fast forward 30 seconds button.
And you missed nothing. You just missed them
I
just
didn't miss anything.
eating. This is some good spaghetti.
So,
which you could tell they were like, this spaghetti's fucking disgusting. It's like
it didn't even look like it had sauce on it.
I like that
it
they
looked like
all
it
were
had
trying
a
to use
little bit of sauce,
Like
but it looked like it had been
dry-ass
sitting
noodles.
there for hours.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is cold and gross. And they're like,
I like how for some reason everybody wanted to use their friend's house phone.
That
like
was just
somebody was permanently on it.
That's just the
girl,
times.
I really think the one girl was trying to like like they're like planning a threesome or something. Like if you pick it up, she kind of sounds like.
Don't
like
let Jill know though. Fuck
Yeah,
Jill,
a
stupid
little
bitch.
spicy. A little spicy.
Let's.
But when the girl, so obviously they kill him at the end. This girl that was supposed to be bedridden kills him because that's
With
fine
an
at the end.
axe, chops his
She-
head straight off.
Did
It
she
takes a
have
couple-
an axe? Where the hell?
Yeah.
I thought it was a hammer.
What
No, it
the
was
fuck?
an
How would
axe.
you chop someone's head off with a hammer?
It takes a lot of swings.
You're gonna be swinging for quite. She was swinging that axe for a while too, but a hammer.
was, yeah.
Danny was hallucinating.
Trust me, it made this movie better. No, I say that because when she walks out at the end and the family and the police is there and she's covered in blood, which makes sense. She just like, and then she lifts up the guy's
We're good.
head. The murder's like, and then, yeah, it makes me question. Like she's like, it's all fine now, and I'm like, oh, is it? Is it though? But
Yeah, I
the
feel like
reason
she
I
went a little
question-
insane there.
I questioned the hammer thing because I was like, how the hell did she chop his head off?
With
Also,
an
what
axe.
made her go to that length? Like when he's obviously
Because
dead, why
she
did he keep
was-
going?
She was in danger, and she just had enough of it. Fuck it, I'm killing this dude. And,
Yeah, basically.
And
Go from from being stuck on one bed to being stuck into a same asylum.
I gotta say,
I don't know. I feel like if I stabbed somebody in the eyes and then they just kept coming after me for
I'm
like
chopping his
30
head
minutes
off.
after, like I'm gonna take his head. Like it's mine now. Like if I get that opportunity, like it's for sure mine.
Also, is the priest alive? Because he didn't look like he died.
I don't think he was. I don't think he
no
was at the end.
gun going on?
We don't know.
I forgot he existed.
I think he got choked out.
Well, that's the thing. He was fine, and he finally got to push away because the girl started hitting him with the axe hammer. And so, like, I would assume...
I don't know. He was
Unless
already
she
on the
killed
floor
him,
by that
too.
point.
Maybe she killed him, too. Maybe... I think they said something about demons at one point. I'm pretty sure they said something about a demon. And if they wanted to
Maybe.
play off a demon, then maybe the demon possessed her.
If they were putting that
no.
in there, I totally missed it.
Yeah. Same.
No, I had to skip back because I was watching it, and then the policeman said something about demons, and I'm like, what? And I had to go back. So,
I was trying my best not to fall asleep, but I will say I did like how the ending was and how she was holding the head and like it's all good and the credits hit. Like that is one of my favorite things about these Italian movies. The way that they end, especially Argento. The movie it just abruptly ends. It's like, there it is. We're out. Fuck it. See ya.
Yeah, we're done.
Like, because you think something else is gonna like at the end of Suspiria, the place is on fire, and she walks out, and you're like, oh, something else is gonna happen. Credits roll. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
Phenomena was like that too.
at least in American movies, if they do that, it's because they're planning out a sequel. And they want people like that. That's usually why they do it. They're planning out a sequel, so they'll completely cut it. So then when they hear something, people immediately look to see if there's going to be a part 2 or something because they want to see more, assuming the movie's good.
There was definitely not going to be a sequel for this. His head was chopped off.
His head was chopped off. Maybe she could be the next subject.
Lydia just scared the shit out of me, by the way. I just like see something moving behind your head, and I'm like, oh shit.
Gomez
I know.
is back there
I
too.
moved. Yeah, Gomez is on the couch.
But yeah, so there's another movie that I recommend too, besides pretty much almost every Argento movie. Well, it's like presented by Argento. It's a movie called Demons. If you want a purely batshit off the fucking walls, no plot kind of movie, movie has no idea what it wants to do, and it just starts adding in random ass elements. At one point, a helicopter comes crashing through because why not? Why not?
Yeah, why not?
They had nowhere to go. They're just like,
Nope.
fuck it, just throw a helicopter coming in through the roof.
When you have no plot, at that point, just say fuck it and just throw in things you want to do.
Yeah.
So,
I think they were getting to that point. I do have to say, out of the past 5 movies that we have watched, this one had the best special effects.
Yeah.
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 It was the best
definitely
shot,
had,
too.
Like, yeah. Agreed.
This is probably the highest quality movie we've watched so far.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't bad. It was just kind of dull.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
If it would just cut out the fat, I
Yeah.
think it would be a lot better of a movie. But it does have a
Agreed.
cult following, so
Yeah.
people love it.
God, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Sometimes there's people that just like really enjoy like crap movies.
that's what we're here for.
That is what we're here for.
Who are those kind of people? Wait a
I
minute.
don't know.
I don't know.
Fuck!
Well, what was the movie? Doom Asylum?
Yeah.
That one
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That is
That was a
definitely
good
a
one.
movie that suggests to watch with friends, because that definitely would be really
we're
enjoyable
always
to watch
gonna.
with friends.
I love that we're always talking about that movie. We're like, this
Yeah.
movie's so fucking
Cheetos.
stupid, but every episode after we've talked about Doom Asylum.
Yeah.
Forget
It's
The
everything.
most
Just watch Doom
entertaining one
Asylum.
so far.
It's gone down in history now so far in our channel as
Yeah.
a fantastic movie.
It gets better the
Yeah.
more we think about it.
It does.
It gets better the more we watch shittier other movies.
Yes.
I think Doom Asylum had a worse rating than this too.
Yeah, I think it did.
It's also a different experience.
Yeah.
Doom Asylum felt more tongue in cheek. This one, it felt like it was more of like a serious horror movie, and it just, I don't. I would say though, if I had a once again, if we went with the rankings on this, eventually we should have like a graphic or something where we have like our official. This is the order of the movies of what we've liked so far, and then we just end up with this
Agreed.
enormous list.
List of garbage movies.
I'm putting Absurd for myself. I'm putting it under Doom Asylum. I think it's better than all the other movies we've watched
Yeah.
besides Doom
Yeah.
Asylum.
I definitely think it's Doom
Yeah.
Asylum, Absurd. I really don't want to remember the other three.
I don't even remember
man.
them.
Yeah,
That's
the
how
only
bad they
reason
are.
I remember the reason I remember American Poltergeist is because I had to, when I started up the stream, I had to change the name. So
Oh, yeah.
that's why I remember that one, and I remember Witch House because I keep getting the name wrong because that's not the name of it, and the one you picked I can't even remember for the life of me.
Yeah, the long ass fucking title that we'll never remember.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll never remember that either. I just picked it because it had a fucking Panic at the Disco title. So.
I still enjoyed that was officially the first horror musical in America. It beat a different one, I forget which one, but it beat a different one by
Yeah,
like
it
a
did.
month. So
Yeah.
even though
Yeah,
it was
I remember seeing
horrible,
that.
I did find that interesting. It was the first one. It was still horrible.
It was
Don't
so
recommend.
Oh, one of the other things too that I want to say real quick just to wrap up for Absurd. I liked the music in it. It got repetitive, but I did like the track that was playing. It had this like this weird New York scummy, like I don't know, like jazz
80s.
rocky kind of guitar thing to it. Like it felt
Yeah.
very film noir-esque, but like 70s film
I
noir.
felt it was
Yeah, for sure.
Have you guys ever watched the Twilight Zone?
Yeah.
The intro song? Yeah, I felt like it was like an attempt at that song.
Almost.
I felt
Also,
like
I love Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone's great.
It was like the shitty cousin of it.
I
Yeah.
felt like it. Well, so I don't think you guys have watched any of his. I think we've talked about it before, but like in like Lucio Fulci's movies. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably not, but he has similar music as well, where it always has this dreamlike feel to it, but like it's always this hot and sweaty feeling too, and that's the kind of vibe I was getting as well. Like in Zombie, the whole time that movie is just like, God damn it, this movie's sweaty. Everybody is drenched, and like New York Ripper, just that's a scummy ass movie, and it feels the part too with the music, and that's just it felt like very par for the course Italian style movie, but I just wanted to say that I thought the music was cool, but
I do think, pointing that out, I think the music in the football game were definitely the highlights of this movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rams and
Uh,
Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I
so
kind of wish they kept it with soccer, but that's just because I like soccer. I played soccer for.
Yeah, I would have rather have seen soccer.
Yeah.
it was a
It
different
all
time.
makes sense because I
Yeah.
was trying to figure out why the sound, the audio, and the lips
Mhm.
weren't.
Yeah,
Looking
sorry.
up. But to be honest, I didn't. I know I usually do my information on each movie, but this one I was like, I'm done with that movie.
I didn't realize
Yeah.
that it was an Italian movie until I started watching it, because I was like, oh yeah, because then I saw the director and I'm like, oh fuck, I probably should have told Danny that this is a thing in Italian movies, and you kind of just have to roll with it. Like
Yeah.
it's distracting for sure, but like once you get used to it,
Mhm.
you just stop caring.
Yeah.
Well, I'm used to because I'm really into Korean horror. I think
Yeah.
like Korean and Japanese horror movies are really, really good. So a lot
Depends
of
on the
the time,
movie, but okay.
most of the time, I mean, compared to their output of horror movies compared to America's output movies, they do better.
Do
But
they though?
yeah,
This is gonna be a
yeah.
discussion for a different fucking time,
Well,
because we
yeah.
can definitely stack up America
Yeah.
versus
Yeah.
Japan in terms of horror.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
Hands down.
yeah, there's I mean both have a very prolific history, but
Yeah.
Plus,
For sure.
I'm very into anime. And
Weeb.
sometimes leave me alone. And
If
even
people
though
see me
guy.
and they're
I
like,
do
this guy
the
looks like a
lovers,
fucking
you can
neckbeard.
still
Yeah.
just, yeah, you see mine growing.
I mean, my favorite part is that I know that you're staring at a bunch of fucking manga and shit at your desk right now.
Me?
Right? That's you. Don't you have a bunch of manga and shit? What do you have in your bookshelves? Or is it just all games?
Those are games over here and there. The manga is in
Oh.
the bedroom where it belongs.
Oh.
Hey, baby, I got some prison school. Oh, look at these big thighs. Actually, I love prison
Whatever.
school. You should definitely check that out.
I know
Yeah,
you
I
fucking
know.
own it, so.
It's on my watch list. But anyways,
So-
would not recommend this movie. I would even
No.
recommend this watching with friends.
No.
I
Don't bother.
yeah.
I'm
Not
going to go
worth it.
against the grain.
This is
I recommend
No,
this
it's terrible.
movie.
Nope, I hated it.
I recommend it.
even though all three of us couldn't pay attention and was falling asleep during it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like Fulci, and if you like Argento, and if you like other people that I can't remember off the top of my head, if you like Italian horror movies, you probably already watched this.
Honestly, that's probably the cult that's behind it. Is that
Isn't Argento cheese?
For the record, I saw a post earlier today that if you give a girl a slice of cheese, she's into you.
If you
Yeah.
give her cheese, she's on her knees. And that is
Yeah.
what we'll leave off with. So, thank you for
Right.
anyone who watched this. And if you ended up watching the movie, let us know what you thought of it
Yeah.
somehow. I'm sure this is on somewhere that I can't remember. But
Uh,
by all means, let us know. And we will not respond. Maybe we will. I don't know where this is posted, if I had to be completely honest. I just kind of
figure it
just told that it was posted, and like, okay, cool,
no,
and then I don't
we've
know.
been doing this for like a month. We'll figure it out. We'll get our shit together.
We'll get it together at some point.
We won't.
But I do know that we'll have an official time at 9:30 Eastern Standard Times. That is going to be our live time for
Yeah.
Eastern. So
goal.
9:30 Eastern time is what you should expect to see us at.
And then the
If
video
you
is
enjoy-
posted on. Do we have a YouTube channel yet?
I
Danny,
Oh.
make a fucking YouTube channel.
all right, I'll do it tonight.
What have you been doing? Where's the videos?
I've been doing TikTok.
That was your first mistake. So yes, put the videos up on YouTube, and then we'll have a
Yeah.
link for that shit too, because
Yeah.
who knows where
we also-
anything
And where
is
to
at.
find us. Yeah.
Well, you can find our podcast to listen to over on Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and once we get a logo,
My
we
ass.
go on to Pandora. But they told me we need a logo first. Don't really know why, but whatever.
Get that
So,
logo.
Yeah, so there's going to be multiple ways to, if you enjoy us for some reason, there's multiple ways. I just punched my
I was about to say, what the fuck was
Yeah,
that?
like, what?
Oh my god, whoever was listening to that in the car, like, oh shit, I thought I got hit by another car. God. But yeah, okay. To wrap it up, listen to the other episodes too. And
especially listen to Doom Asylum.
listen to it. Watch it. Yeah, watch and
Yeah.
listen. Whatever. Just watch.
Anyway.
Just keep watching and listening over and over.
Yeah.
Don't look at anything else. We are your only form
Circle
of
of life.
entertainment now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch
Yeah.
all the movies that we watch too, so you can join in the discussion in the comment section below. That is supposed to be there.
Well,
Magic.
this is the
This is
Get
the
the
worst
logo made.
Midwest goodbye.
yeah.
All right.
So I'm just gonna say this is apartment theater, and we're gonna go shut the lights off and catch you next week.
Yeah, and then Cass is picking for
Cute.
next week. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, I already seen it, or not seen it, but I seen the poster.
I don't know if that's the choice, but
It's-
maybe.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Okay.
Catch everybody. Bye.